July 18, 2025. This is the S&P 500 E-Futures Mini on the 2000 tick chart using NinjaTrader 8. So this is what the chart looked like today. It was kind of sideways, a little sell-off, push down, another kind of sideways, two legs up, down, and just kind of, well, after the initial sell-off, it was just kind of sideways. Total range was like 63.23 to 63.57. It was only about 34 point range. And in itself, most of the time, prices were just kind of oscillating in a really tight, really tight range within itself. To bear with me, kind of coming over some health issues, so I'll probably be speaking a little slower. Speed up the video to like something faster, or just go to timestamps. There was no economic data that came out on Forex Factory. Really moved the market today. Overall volume and volatility were semi-decent. It's still kind of the summer months, so things are still rather slow. Took a total of one trade, which is right here. It was profitable. I'm going to get into the trades right now. Looks like it was two legs up, then two legs down, and it kind of like one leg, one push up on this orange up channel, break, that's the high, and then on the open. So it's kind of like a localized high, first entry long, pull back, second entry long right here. Second entry long doesn't give you a very good, sorry, first entry long, second entry long here. The second entry long doesn't really give you a good signal bar. Yeah, pushes up, kind of localized low here. First entry short. Technically, you have a second entry short, but there's no setup here. I thought there was some kind of support right here. The fail breakout, pull back in. Excuse me. Excuse me. Kind of breaks out of what I thought was kind of a trading range at the time, because I thought this is the lower part of the trading range, and maybe the high side was probably up here. So I saw this as a failed breakout, and it was moving back in, then it came back down. Looked like it was also new low, first entry short, pull back, second entry short, it's a bad signal bar. So I actually marked 3 times I saw this happen today. It was very strange. There was no news that came out in the newswire, but as this is forming, this decided to go completely drop in a matter of a split second. Like you watch it open here, it just kind of oscillates, and all of a sudden it drops so incredibly fast, and then it closes, and then before I knew it, I was on this candle. So just something I noticed. It happened two other times. Same thing here. So it gets right here. I'm thinking this might be the top of the range. The new high, say first entry long, pullback. So in real time, I see this as a potential second entry long. It's not a good signal bar. I like this follow through trigger bar, so I actually thought this was a possible trade because the signal bar here is too neutral. The follow through trigger bar, which is below the signal bar, engulfs it. So I treated this more like the signal bar to try to jump in on. I didn't take the trade though, unfortunately. But this is what would have happened. I was thinking about it, and I was thinking of getting order ready, but I didn't take the trade. So again, this is this red diamond. It opens, and this candle again does something so. It was a weird anomaly. It opens, it flushes down. I forgot if it bounced a little bit. If I entered, likely it would have stopped me out, because even if you kept your stop here or even here, it would have flushed through, stopped it, and then it reversed it all the way up. And as I said, before I knew it, I was on this candle. Look at the timestamp. This timestamp is 17 seconds. So yeah, it doesn't really happen. Like it doesn't really give you much time to do anything. So second entry long here, I guess in a different circumstance, if this reaction didn't happen, I think this possible trade, I may have even taken this trade, but I'm actually glad I didn't. Prices move, has a failed breakout of the trading range, moves down on the pink break, tests the low, and it keeps going. As it kept going, it looked like it was fitting in this other green down channel pretty well. New low. Okay, first entry short, pull back. I thought this was the second entry short. Again, it just does this really strange opens, moves a little bit, and then it flushes down really quick, and then it opens. Before I knew it, I was on the green candle. So it was just something I was very careful of. I wasn't sure, and I couldn't find any news to correlate to why this happened. The prices continue moving. I thought you might be moving on this yellow down channel. And it hits this triple test bottom, one leg up, pull back, second leg up. And here I actually thought, okay, I might be in a trading range. New low, first entry short. Technically, you have a second entry short here, but I saw it as one leg, first entry short, pull back, second entry short right here. I thought this was a possible trade because it was two legs up from the bottom, low, a possible fail breakout. This purple down channel doesn't exist yet. I don't have it established. I did have a trend line. There's at least this one touching to this one, but this one isn't fully vetted yet. So it was just kind of a loose dotted line, just kind of among a bunch of other lines I would have that I since deleted. Because in real time, I'm trying to figure out what things are doing. And various lines, as they become more real, I kind of solidify them and maybe make them into channels. But I actually thought this was a possible trade. Here would have worked, pushes down, and I moves in a sideways consolidation. New low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short. This isn't a good signal bar because it's inside of this guy. But at this point, I do establish this downward trend line as a firm. I actually turned it into a channel here. Starts moving down. It bounces nicely off here. So I'm trusting this purple down channel pretty well. Break of the screen up channel, makes one attempt up, pull back, and it makes a second attempt up. Actually where I take my one and only trade. Saw this as a potential one attempt, two attempt, third attempt, so maybe a potential triple test right here. So there's some kind of resistance being respected here. I think this purple down channel is in play. There's a failed breakout, came back in. There's also break of this green up channel, tested the high once, tested a second time, and now it flushes down really strongly. So I actually got my order ready when I saw this, and I entered right at the lows right here. A little hard to see, but I went short right here with my stop above this guy. And this actually filled rather quickly. When this one opened, it flushed down and it got my 2-point scalp in this case. No runner, just took the entire thing off. I just haven't been playing runners lately just because the price action and the volatility have been a little slow. Things have just range bound and not really trending in any direction. It starts pushing up, break of the orange up channel, test the high. It starts kind of moving up, and the EMA is starting to turn upwards as well. The new high is the first entry long, but that's all you got. Continues upwards, kind of hits the high side. This channel got messed up. Something more like this. The new high, first entry long pullback, second entry long is a bad signal bar to go long on. Kind of hits sideways. I'm just watching and waiting. Now I'm thinking I'm in this yellow down channel. Yellow down channel is confirmed once, twice, once. Not it was the second time. This at least has 3 on the top side. This could be a fourth one, but I don't see a good second entry to try to go short on this. So I'm waiting. First entry short. Continues down. Now breaks. Start moving up this orange up channel. Thinking, did this yellow down channel play out? It could make 2 attempts up and come back down. But if the 2 attempts up get too far or too far from the bottom, then it might just be a whole new trend going back up. It's like a new low here. First entry short, second entry short, unfortunately was the right signal bar. I'm looking for a lower high now, ideally below the EMA. But you don't quite get that, but you do get the second entry short visual. It's like a new low here. First entry short, pull back, second entry short. So I saw the second entry short here. The possible break of this orange up channel made two attempts up. So break, one attempt up, pull back, second attempt up, pushing back down. Pretty decently strong signal bar, good reversal, probably enough for at least a 1 point scalp. There would have been a 1 point scalp there, and then 2 points if you went for two. It looks like it's kind of bottoming in this. Real quick. Looks like it's kind of found some support right here. It's a new high, say first entry long pullback. Technically, I have a second entry long here, but I wouldn't have been ready to take a long just yet. This is a good follow through, but I want to see something like a lower high. Now, in this case, it doesn't necessarily have to be above the EMA. The EMA hasn't been super reliable because, as you can see, prices have been both above and below it all over the place today. Okay, this could be a lower high, but I don't like that as a red bar. This could now be the lower high, but it just feels a little bit odd because it's a break of the green, tested low, one attempt up, pull back. It could be the start of a second attempt, but I also see it as a potential top of the range or top of what I think might be a developing range. And then here, if it is a range, I actually see it as a new low, first entry short, pull back, second entry short, and a failed breakout. So two legs up from the bottom. I'm expecting a move probably back down into this range with a good signal bar like this. So now I'm sitting again. I saw this as new high, first entry long, pull back. I was wondering if this is a second entry long. Technically, it is a second entry long, but I don't know if I have enough information to feel confident going long just yet. But I have two legs up. Now it looks like one leg down, pull back. Maybe this is a second leg down and it could start proceeding back up, but I wasn't too sure. So I did mark it, but I didn't really think of feel super strongly one way about it. Prices then continue moving up. It's a high, new low, new high, first entry long, pull back. Technically have a second entry long here, so it's a new high, first entry long, second entry long, but it actually looks like visually just one leg. I'm actually expecting another big leg like this. I'm thinking a measured move back down to here. And it gets there. So now I'm thinking, okay, this is just kind of sideways choppiness now. I'm moving back up. It's a new low, first entry short. Technically, you have a second entry short here now, but this wasn't a good signal bar to tell you to do anything. Pushes up, kind of hits this triple test resistance area. So now I'm trying to find a good reason to try to get a short trade in. You do have a new low, you have a first entry short, technically you have a second entry short. Now you have like a third entry short, and then maybe a fourth. That's a little ambiguous. It's starting to create higher lows every time. So it looks like it's kind of biasing up. I'm not so certain that this is going to hold as resistance. Seeing this fourth touch, and I'm thinking, okay, well, push down on this yellow, break, test the low. This downtrend has played out. This is still holding. EMA may be coming into play. My next best guess is actually, if I get a decent green par next, then it might be a long trade possibility. You kind of get a green candle here, but it closed below the halfway point. It doesn't feel very convincing. It starts reversing back up, and now it starts moving in the direction I thought. Unfortunately, there's no setup that I could like. You do have a new low here. First entry short, second entry short. I chop sideways, flashes up. But this is already too late in the day because of the last 10 minutes. Not the most exciting day. It was a little strange, these three instances. So I had to be extra careful. Managed to get one trade, and I'm just pretty happy with it. So yeah, hopefully next week things pick up, and be back to, well, I'll be back to full-time trading. So anyways, hopefully that was helpful.